So here's another quick exercise where we're just going to reduce a network of resistors to find a equivalent resistance. So they're looking for what could we replace this with a single resistor. And again, we're looking in from these terminals here. So we're looking in from here, looking for an R equivalent right there. So let's see how we go about doing this. So the first place we want to look is these two resistors here. And so when I look at that, I see that that is, again, two resistors in parallel. And so we'll call this R12, and that's going to be R1 in parallel with R2, which is 2 parallel with 2. And we know we can calculate that as 2 times 2 over 2 plus 2. And so that's going to be 4 over 4, so that is 1 ohm. So the two red resistors we can replace with one resistor of 1 ohm. So let's do that real quick. So we can get rid of one resistor altogether here. And then we will replace this one with 1 ohm. And let me change my line. 1 ohm. So right there, 1 ohm. Okay, so now we should see that we have this resistor, and this resistor all in parallel. So if we come down here, we'll have a new resistance. We'll call it R234, and that's just going to be R2 plus R3 plus R4. And so in this case, that is 1 ohm plus 1 ohm plus 1 ohm. And so that gives us 3 ohms. So that means we can replace everything in blue there with one 1 ohm resistor. So let's do that. So I'll just erase that. And then if I come back here, we won't need this anymore. Can replace that. We won't need any of this anymore. So we just need one resistor. All three of those can be replaced with one resistor. So that's what we'll do here. We'll leave that one. And what we're left with then is we make this connection here, and we make this connection here. And now this is 3 ohms. That's what we calculated right there. Next step is we see now that this resistor and this resistor are in parallel. So from that, if we come down to here, we'll have a new resistance then. We'll call it R35, which is going to be R3 in parallel with R5. And so that's 3 in parallel with 3. And so that will be 3 times 3 over 3 plus 3. And that will give us 9 over 6, which is 1.5 ohms. So the two green resistors can be replaced with one 1.5 ohm resistor. So let's go ahead and knock that out. So that means we don't need any of this at all because we're replacing it with one resistor, which will leave the R5 to do that. So all of this is gone now. And this resistor can now be replaced with a 1.5 ohm resistor. All right. So last step. Last step here. Again, let me clean this up. So now we're left with this resistor and this resistor, and we can see that they are in series. So that being the case, we'll have a new R5, 6, which incidentally will be our R equivalent, because this will be down to the single resistor. And this will be R5 plus R6. So that'll be 1.5 plus 1.5. That gives us 3 ohms. So this is our R equivalent. So that means we could rewrite the whole thing or replace the whole network that we originally had with one resistor of 3 ohms.